glued to their screen, or siblings that are glued to their screens. Some because our partners are emotionally married to their phone. And some of us, yeah, the part of me is feeling like this is it might be in this category too. And so of course, yeah, if you check your screen time reports, your phone might be the real breadwinner in your life because that's your source of income. And it's fine. This is a judgment-free zone, myself included. Most of the things I do are online, and that's what brings the money in. So a lot of times we're always on our phone. So I'm going to start this breadwinner by sharing a story is something I witnessed as regards to this, and a personal story. So about some weeks ago, when I went to the village, a mom told her daughter to like put down her phone and greet her grand aunt. And the daughter didn't even look away, not even one bit from her phone while greeting the grand aunt. In that moment, the African mother in me was rising. I felt like I should throw my slippers at her. But I just decided to observe the whole thing and try to stay out of it. Her head did not lift up from my phone, not even for a minute. The only time she raised her head when I saw her face properly was when I think her battery died and she had to ask her mom for power bank. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the age, this is the era we live in. We live that era where things like this happen. And honestly, like I said, I have my own personal story. So back in the early days of my relationship, when my husband was still very, my husband is what you call a tech bro. So if you know any tech bro, you know how they are with their systems and their phones and all of that. And then it was still getting better. This is all coding thing. And most times I felt like I was dating two people, him and his laptop. So every night would be a situation of, oh, I go to bed alone, or we don't even talk because, oh, he's fixing one last bug. That's what they call errors in their codes. When they have errors in their code, they call it a bug. They're not familiar with. So he's fixing one last bug, and then we won't talk in the morning. I want to talk to him. He was sleeping. At this point, I told him it felt like I was in a love triangle because his laptop seems to be his second wife or girlfriend. In fact, let's scrap that. That maybe the second. The laptop not the first, as I did. And we quarreled a lot about it. Not because we didn't love each other, but because I felt emotionally left behind. And I wanted the connection, while he wanted to get better at his code, wanted to complete his codes and all of that. This quarrel went on for a while. Eventually, we had to talk. We had a proper talk like adults, and we sort of agreed on some form of closing time, like a normal human being. But the rule was not rigid because unlike traditional jobs, this is something you do from home. So the rule was flexible. So if the job was like extremely important, you would simply communicate and update me and stay up late, and not just like before, you would just disappear into coding without talking to me or without even saying good and things like that. Now, why am I saying this story? That small agreement, that discussion we had, it changed everything in our relationship. I met my husband in 2015, and we dated for like 5 years, and now we are married. This is 5 years now since we got married. And it changed. I've known this man for 10 years, literally. And that changed everything in our relationship. Not because the late night disappeared. No, they did not disappear. He still keeps late nights when he has important things that he needs to finish up. But because after that conversation, I finally felt free. I felt included and emotionally valued. And that's what navigating family life in the digital age is all about. The problem is not always the screen. It is a feeling of being second place to it, the feeling of, oh, this is more important than the person itself. That's the problem. So today we'll explore three things. One, why digital life is stressing families out. Two, why emotions are running wild. And three, how to bring back warmth, connection, and the good old, you know, humanness in our homes, humans talking to each other. So the reality of digital age, this is a question anybody can answer, maybe two persons. Is technology a blessing or a body? I want to hear maybe one person speak on blessing and one person on body. You can just speak just briefly. Hello, are we together? Hello.
Together.
Okay, I asked the question. I'm waiting for feedback. Is technology a blessing or a burden?
But for me, technology is a blessing and it can also be a burden if not properly managed. And I believe that's why we're here today because you look at technology, if in like in the area of this mental health, you know that technology supports emotional wellness. We have the benefits, so numerous,
Mhm.
like access to mental health resources, you have family group chats and digital
Yeah.
bonding, that online learning and skill building, virtual support communities like what we have in Fair Haven Positivity Initiative where you have community of people come together to
Yeah.
support each other, where you can actually express yourself without being judged, without prejudice and bias. And then we have mental wellness apps that you can go on and have a one-on-one, you know, experience of therapy. Yes, that's the word I was looking for, therapy. So it's not about avoiding technology, it's about using it wisely. Well, we need to create a balance, we need to strike a balance so that it doesn't affect families, bonding, interaction, the social aspect of
Okay.
families, joining, yes, relating together. So that's my belief. It's not so bad.
Okay.
You actually
That was well put together. Does any other person want to say something? Blessing, Deborah, Goodness, Mazir. Mazir's still here. Okay, I don't think he's still here. Is he?
Okay, so I'll say it's like she
Okay, yeah.
said, it's a blessing and it's a burden. For me, it's I would come from the side of it being a burden because informations that ideally shouldn't make out or make it out to will I say the social media now or the digital space tend to survive there, and to me it's a burden because while we have
Mm.
persons who have emotional intelligence or who have their emotions controlled, we still have persons who believe what they see and read on the social media. So when this wrong information gets to them, it could pose a negative, I don't know, maybe negative effect or something like that. Yeah. So
Thank you very much, Deborah. So, yes, wonderfully answered for both. It's a blessing and a burden. Um, Blessing, your mic is unmuted. You want to say something? Maybe that's the
Oh,
mistake.
okay.
So technology is amazing, as rightly said. But technology is amazing. It connects us to people across the world, as Mrs. Victoria has given some instances when she explained. It connects us to people all over the world. It helps us to find old friends that we don't even know their whereabouts. Somehow, it just helps us to connect to people all around the world. However, while it does that, it is disconnecting us from the people right beside us, our loved ones, our parents, our siblings. It's disconnecting. Parents and children no longer spend as much time with each other anymore. And now we have silent dinners. We have texting each other from the same house. People are inside the same house, so two different rooms texting each other. We have people going into panic because their phone battery is about to die. And this one is really funny to me. Like you see somebody you press phone until the phone is like 2% and you see them running around. God, I better my phone off. It people just going to panic once their battery is about to off, and this affects us emotionally. So we're going to talk about the emotional effects of digital overload. Now, we are emotionally overstimulated from this whole social media technology thing. Our brains are like notification pops up on our phone about something that we like. Immediately, dopamine is in our brain. We scroll even more, see more things we like, dopamine. You see a friend or acquaintance or sometimes a random person on the internet that seems to be doing better than you, and sometimes comparison kicks in, especially for our teenagers. I think this generation of teenagers are the most anxious set of people. because in the moment of that comparison, anxiety kicks in. And then you see a bad news, you're panicking, you're sad. You see a cute dog, you're back to dopamine again. So there's this roller coaster of emotions going from happiness, dopamine, to anxiety, to sadness, to panic, to dopamine again. This roller coaster of emotions often leads to irritability, leads to anxiety, short attention span, and low emotional tolerance. Some people can scroll for 2 hours, but they cannot sit through a 10 minutes family meeting. Like just family sitting down and just gisting and laughing. Some people cannot do it, but they can scroll their phone for 2 hours. And that is why family communication feels harder today. The minds are overly stimulated and the hearts are under engaged. Now, what do healthy emotional families look like? Healthy families, they talk, they listen to one another, they share, they disagree respectfully, they disagree without World War III breaking out in the home. They spend time together. Notice I did not say perfect family because I don't believe there is such thing as perfect family. Because even in healthy families, sometimes there are days when mom needs a break, dad needs a nap, children need their boundaries, and people need food. A lot of times, that's why being a psychologist, I've noticed that food solves conflicts faster than some therapy sometimes. Just sometimes you are just angry and you're cranky because you're hungry. Go and eat. When you finish it, you come back, whether you're still angry. Now, how does technology disturb emotional connection? Let me paint a picture. So a child, a toddler, goes up to his or her mom or dad and shows, let's say, mom a picture, a drawing, and mom's like, "Wow, that's beautiful." Just in the process of acknowledging what this toddler has taken out time to paint, maybe the toddler tried to paint a picture of the family. You're not even done complimenting or telling the child he or she did a peaceful job. Your phone has been speaking message. Mom has left child on one corner and say, "Hold on," and then you go and attend to your message. This child is left hanging. Now, things like that can make the child think emotionally that the phone is more important than him or her. And that tiny moment sometimes, or most times, shapes attachment between children and parents because you're too busy. Maybe it was maybe it was important, it was a business deal, and this deal, you put food on the table and whatnot. What we are trying to say is settle the kids properly. Don't just leave a child hanging in between to go attend to that. Say, "Oh wow, this painting is beautiful. I love it. I'm going to put it up here. You did a really great job. You know what? Draw me another one. I mommy needs to attend to this phone call, but mommy will be back to join you." And the child leaves. This is a dialogue that will not even take up to a minute if I'm not wrong. So something that little can just, make everything better. So in essence, technology is not the problem. Technology is not the villain. The problem here is the mindless use of technology. Using technology without boundary. Now, using technology like that mindlessly creates parents that are present, but they are unavailable. You have the parents at home, but they are not available to do anything with you or for you. Teenagers seeking validation online instead of at home. It's what somebody's telling them online that is the main thing. Whatever the parents is saying at home does not, fly. And if I'm most those parents are not even available to even say those things, either they are working or they are on their phone or something. And the replacement of family bonding with digital bonding. Most people now have friends that they feel closer to that they met online or that they know online than the ones that are in the house with them. And it's like families are physically together, but they are emotionally far away. And this raises some potential mental health risks, which we call the digital mental health risks. Today's emotional problems where digital disguises due to technology or the user face, there is bullying, there's self-esteem issues that comes from comparison. There's social isolation. Most people don't want to go out and isolate with people, but when you meet them online, oh, they are social butterflies. And then some scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll until they are tired. They scroll on their phones, they are tired. there's sleep disruption. Like people don't sleep anymore. People will scroll in their phone. Some people will go to bed. They'll say, I'm going to bed at 9 p.m. But they'll end up sleeping at 1 a.m. because YouTube says the next video is in 5 seconds. Or because they are scrolling through Instagram and Instagram will keep showing you things that you like. I'm also guilty of that sometimes. So I'm not going to sit here and expect, I sometimes go to bed early and lay on my bed and scroll till 2 a.m. sometimes even. Now, communication and boundaries. As a family, you need to create your own family digital culture. Every home needs its own digital culture because if you don't create one, TikTok, WhatsApp, and Netflix will create it for you. Instagram, YouTube will create it for you. What do I mean by family culture? What does a family culture look like? Family cultures look like how we talk to one another. You need to set the rule of how, as the parents talk to your children, and how you talk to your spouse, and how even the children talk to themselves as siblings, how we listen to one another, how we handle conflicts, and how we use technology with respect. While you're setting this family culture as a parent, there is one thing that is very important: modeling. Because children do not do what you say, they do what you do. I don't know how most of us were brought up, but I think a good number of us were brought up with us where do what I say, don't do what I do. Because your friends say, go and read your book. I can beat my chest and say I never saw my mom read her book any day, except like it was really important. Like maybe she has like an interview or something, you go see her read. But on a very regular day, my mom just pick up her book and read. But they'll tell you, go and read your book. Go to bed by 8 p.m., 9 p.m., but you are still awake till 12. As a child, I never listened. I will go, but I was upset. So at the end of the day, children do what you do. They don't really do what you say. They will do it because so if you don't do it, maybe punishment may follow, the precautions will follow, so they will have to do it. And that's not a healthy way to, help children grow. If you tell a child, no screens at the table, when we are eating dinner, don't press your phone. You need to ensure that your own phone is not sitting beside your plate like VIP guests. Your phone is not a VIP guest. It should not be on that table. If you're telling your teenagers that no phones on the table, you should not have yours on the table. They will not listen. So we need to create healthy digital boundaries. And now I'm going to tell us some boundaries that I think would work and some that I personally use. One, the number one on the list, I use that one already in my home. Device-free meals. We do not press our phones when we are eating. If for any reason either one of us has to do that, it has to be like beyond reasonably doubt important. Because I come to know that food tastes better when people are looking at each other and eating it rather than some people press their phone to eat, they don't even know the taste of the food. In traditional homes where parents work 9 to 5 jobs, they go out 9 a.m. and come back 5 p.m. It is on the tiny table that you finally get to see each other, see your children, and maybe talk for a few minutes or hours about your day, your different days, how did your day go and what not. But instead of doing that, you're pressing your phone, you're eating. Once you're done, you want to go and sleep. Before your connection is lost. Number two, screen free hours. 1 hour before bedtime. I don't really use this one, but 1 hour before bedtime, it's something that helps your brain to calm down like a human being before you sleep. Because you're not a robot, your brain needs to calm down. Your brain needs to calm down so that you can sleep like a human and not a robot. Number three, family time protected from work notifications. If you're having a family time, try to reduce your notification or whatever. If you know that, oh, this is my family time, because work will always be there, but your family may not always be there. There are families that have separated. In my course of this profession, I've seen families that are separated, and some of the most popular reasons for separation are it does not give me attention. She's always busy. He's always busy. The attention is important too. So if the time you have for someone that is really busy, you now say, oh, today we are going to have family time, please that day put your phone to one corner because that work it will always be there, nobody will die. Except of course you are part of an emergency response team and people's life literally depends on you, then maybe they can make certain exceptions. All rules are flexible, but these are some rules. 4, phones are not allowed during conflict because someone reading WhatsApp while you are explaining your feeling, it's an immediate restart of whatever thing that caused the argument or a new argument itself. This number 4, this rule governs my own, but sometimes I fall. I'm guilty of this rule. Like I don't. Sometimes when I don't want to address the issue or I'm too upset, I start pressing my phone while my partner is talking to me. I do that sometimes, and it's not healthy. It's never healthy because it only escalates the issue. Because when you do that, it is a sign of disrespect. It is a sign that you do not value whatever conversation, whatever your partner is saying in that moment, and it just most times you start the argument all over again or just bring new arguments. Now, what then can we do to strengthen or to form real communication? Number 1, we can try daily emotional check-ins. Because this is family based, so everything I'm saying is family. You can check in on one another, check in on your children, check in on your spouse. How you feel? How was your day? Things like that. Ask open questions like, what was the best part of your day? You know, don't just ask how was your day. Some might just go with fine. What was the best part of your day? It allows the person to, explain, and before you know it, they're already talking plenty things. Another one you want to do is teach your kid emotional vocabulary. Some children do not even know how to name their feelings, especially when they are toddlers. They don't even know their feelings. So you can help them to recognize these feelings and name them. Sometimes my son will be all over the place. I'm like, what's wrong with you? You feel? What are you feeling? And I used to, as a parent, maybe I know the situations around what is going on. Like, are you angry? Are you sad? And gradually, he has begun to understand that, oh, when sometimes I tell him, I'm angry at you. You did something that you like, so I'm angry at you. Now, he knows that when someone does something that sometimes it could be anger and, sometimes it can be sad. You teach children emotional vocabulary. Another thing you can do is family meetings once a week or once a month, whatever time that is good for you. If you can have family meetings, in those meetings, you discuss things you're grateful for and things like that. And please, for toddlers, while you're teaching them how to name their feelings, don't ask them, why are you sad? They're toddlers, they're children, they don't know. Oftentimes they don't know. Yes, one of the steps is to teach them to name the feelings, teach them the names of these feelings. But another thing is for them to be able to know why they are feeling that way. So instead of asking, why are you sad or why are you angry, you can ask, what do you think made you feel this way? Was it because I refused to give you, let's say, balloon? This balloon, that's why you're feeling this way. Or is that why you're angry or something? But when you just ask them, why are you sad? Or why they sort of most times don't really, understand what you're saying and they cannot explain or express themselves properly. Amongst all these things, there's a need to build emotional resilience. And some emotional regulation tools that I will give to you because the truth is we cannot stop stress. Stress is part of life and we go through it every single day, but we can manage stress. And some tools will be breathing exercises, deep breathing. Then you can take breaks from social media, especially when you feel like it's draining you. You can do some physical activities, exercise, and whatever is good for you, or whatever you think you can meet up with. And most importantly, rest. Sometimes I tell adults to just sit down the phone and go outside. Maybe see a friend, build some form of connection. Now that's for the adults. How do you help children and teenagers to cope? You need to teach them some very important things. One, you need to teach them some very important things. One, not everything you see online is true. As regards to digital or technology use, not everything you see online is true. Likes are not love. Because somebody likes your post or something that you do, it does not mean that they love you. It is technology. It doesn't equate to real love. Your followers are not real friends. Some people think that their followers are their real friends, and there are the cases of kidnap and whatnot from. Oh, I went to see my friend, online friend. They are not your real friends. And the fourth one, please do not compare. You need to teach them not to compare their life to the highlights and the posts that they see online, because we as adults we know that most of these things are fake life. While we know a lot of us adults also still fall for these things. Some of us think that oh, followers and likes are love and real friends, and then we begin to compare ourselves. See that woman, you know, see that woman say they just see that woman and her husband like it, they don't see a package of the package. They go set camera and set themselves action. You know, they see the back so they have people back. Every relationship have their troubles, but even some of us, we look at it and like, I want my husband to be like this. You know, okay, husband to be like this. You don't know what that husband is doing to his wife behind closed doors. And as parents, it is important when it comes to our kids. We need to encourage their hobbies. Offline life is still life. If your child loves music, loves sports, loves reading, loves art, whatever they love to do, you can, as parents, I think you can tell anyone, whatever at that moment is their hobby, encourage it. It doesn't mean that they not go to school. I think our parents back then, they were always scared to encourage hobbies because they worried that if you encourage hobbies, you know, the line won't go school again. My mom told me of a story where my mom was very athletic when she was in school, like really, really athletic, and she had an opportunity to even travel abroad. But why did she not go? Why did she lose that opportunity? Village lifestyle, people around started telling her mother, who is uneducated, that if she allow her daughter to begin with this sport, she not go born picking again. Oh. So she should not pay for her to go abroad and whatnot. So my mom lost that opportunity. I like that with every generation, with every passing generation, it seems like we are doing better. We're beginning to understand the importance of some of these things because in this time and day, that technology is there. It is easy to become famous. You just need the algorithm to be you. So sometimes these new hobbies could be what will fetch them some source of income in the near future. So please, let's encourage hobbies. At least it's something they love to do. While we do that, we still going to teach them the importance of formal education and whatnot. Now, with the increase in the use and popularity of social media, strengthening family bond is of utmost importance. We talked about what scrolling around can do to you and how to form emotional resilience and the things to teach your children and whatnot. Now, for families that okay want to build this connection, what are some things, some activities you can do? I'll start with the one that I really love and everyone that I do already. One is game nights. It doesn't have to be a complex game. You can buy snakes and ladders in your house. I get them for us. Everything's free there. Buy snakes and ladders. You can get Ludo, things that will engage children and yourself. Game nights, just maybe pick a day in the week, maybe Wednesday, and just limit Wednesday game nights. Even if it's just for 30 minutes or 1 hour, depending on your schedule, do it as a family. Number two, shared chores. I've come to notice that when you do chores together as family, especially with your kids, it doesn't feel like chores anymore. Especially when they are young and you're still trying to teach them. They don't see it as workload. They see it as having fun with their parents. They enjoy doing it. So they see the kid, they are happy to wash food. Mommy, I want to wash plates with you. And all of that. Shared chores help families to bond. Play cooking together does that too. Especially if you have a big kitchen, why not use it there? This all the cotton was down, you dig down for there. Four, which is something that I think it used to really be a thing back then, at least when I was growing up, but now I don't really see it much anymore, except for the white people do it. Storytelling, because I remember when I was growing up, life said no day in Port Harcourt, in one of the slums of Port Harcourt, precisely maybe what the site, I don't agree with that. There was no light, so we'd come out, sit outside. My granddad would tell us stories, whether not true, whether not be true, nothing concerning us. We enjoyed the stories, tell us stories. And then I think it was empty or something. Some of you can confirm with me. They used to have something called Tales by Moonlight. we always followed up that program, and as a family, we just sit down and listen to it. I don't know, you all must have watched Days and Moonlight before too. It was fun. Storytelling is also a form of, bonding. For families that are like really, religious and whatnot, even if you're not, prayer is very important. Prayer is something that can bond family too, as a Christian or a Muslim, whichever. A time when, as a family, we all can come together and pray. For those that meditate together. You can also have something called the gratitude circle. This is something you have to do every day, just keep 7 days to do. Gratitude circle, everyone talks about what they have to do all of this month. Like this is 30th. I think it's the last day of this month. Everybody comes around, the all of this month. What are some things you're grateful for? Maybe your kids are saying, I'm grateful that you bought me balloon. I'm grateful for the breath of life. I'm grateful for this. It teaches even children gratitude. And the last one, is favorite. I did this episode this Saturday night, almost every Saturday night. It's movie night. We get children friendly movies, and we do Saturday movie night every Saturday. I sometimes post it on my status, and sometimes my profile someone will be like, now they live for you both like we should be movie night and whatnot. I don't mind it. Some say, oh, they love it, they want to do it and all of that. Everyone with their opinion. So I think it's something that really helps connections to grow. Connections come from small, consistent habits that we do as family. And whichever one you choose to do, right? Whichever one you choose to do, make sure you start small and you're consistent with it. And it will help you to build connections in your family. The connections are not already there. It's never too late to start. So I want to ask before I move on to the next topic. Out of these, activities that I've mentioned, is there any of you are already practicing, or anyone you think you love to practice with your family, or when you eventually have your own family?
Wow, wonderful, wonderful time. I've learned so much already. Me personally, I know my husband does storytelling with the kids, though not consistently, and they're always looking forward to it. And they're like, Daddy, come and tell us a story, or Daddy, come and read us a bedtime story. My husband does that. I'm not so good at it. My mom also does that to them when they're around the grandmother. Then for me, I share stories with them. I cook together with them because like my baby girls, they love to be around the kitchen. They love the way I cook. They love the way I bring out good meals. So most times I'm in the kitchen, they want to be around and assist. And then for playing games, we play. Dad was even teaching me chess. Then Scrabble, we do it together. Though not consistently. For me, I think you really need to look at those things. Because personally, while growing up, I had a dad who was working with First Bank. He was a banker, and most times we rarely get to have that time together as a family. Why? Because
Yeah,
he comes in on a Friday and the following by Sunday he's already jetting out. So we didn't have that intimacy, that bond. So when I see my friends sit down with their parents, sit down with their fathers and they play games and all that, it was kind of like something I longed for, but it was really strange for me because I didn't have that experience while growing up. So I know in this age,
yeah,
yes, at this age and time, I have to sit myself down and decide to be more deliberate and be an intentional parent by doing those things that I need, that I felt I didn't have access to while growing up as a child, and see how I can make amends and do them to my kids. We actually play games together. We have chess, we have Scrabble, we have some Ludo and all that. So I love this gratitude night. I would like to look into it. And then the movie night, I know one or two families do it. My kids go to join, but personally, I haven't done that. So I think I love to partake that.
that's wonderful. That's wonderful.
Yes.
I want to hear from everybody. I'm glad that we're not even much. So this is like a small family meeting. So I want to hear from
Yeah.
Master Mazi Emmanuel. You're one person I really want to hear from. I've not heard your voice. You haven't said hi to us, you haven't said anything. But while Mr. Mazi is deciding to talk to us, please let me hear from Blessing, Deborah, Goodness. I want to hear from you all. What's that one thing you're already doing or you would love to do when you get to that point if you're not there already?
Okay, for me, um, family bonding time is key. Like I like to spend time with family and all of that. So, but in the future, I think the movie night is key. Like I love to watch movies. So sharing that
Yeah,
moment with your loved
with
ones
family.
is beautiful. Yes. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Don't worry, I'll show you my setup. Maybe you might like it.
Please do. You
I have the
should.
old projector thingy. We got a small projector. I have the projector, so it's like you're in the theaters, at the cinemas. How do they call them? So it feels very Don't worry,
I
I'll
saw that
video.
thing on
I'll tell you what my
Temu.
setup.
I saw
Really,
that
you need to get on.
small.
I'll tell you my
Yeah.
setup. You're going to love it. Shadrach, welcome. Thanks for joining us. Although, yeah, thank you for coming. Deborah, you haven't said anything. Goodness, I'm still waiting on you.
Okay, what was it that you asked?
Ah, goodness, you're not even following us.
No,
Anyway,
okay, yeah.
I shared some tips or some activities that we can do as family to help build bonding and connections. And I
Okay,
asked, is there anyone or the you're already doing or you would love to do when you get to that point of having your own family, or maybe something you do but it's not on my list? You can share.
okay. What I actually okay for what you said, what I actually picked from you is what you said is family meeting.
Okay.
So you talked about
Okay,
family
that means you're
meetings,
not
and
following.
I
So
think I
hold on.
I I
Let
I'll
me
key into that.
family meetings on another topic, but on this topic as regards to activities, because it seems you were not with me, let me just list them again. Game nights,
Okay.
doing chores together, cooking together, telling stories, storytelling, telling your children stories and all of that. Prayer, let's say night devotions and all of that. A gratitude circle, maybe once every month, at the end of every month, where everyone talks about what they are grateful for that month. And the last one on my list is movie night, having to see a movie on every day in a particular day every week for the entire family. So which of them on the list works well for you?
Okay. Well, my family is actually a very small one, so I think what is currently working for us is prayer.
Okay.
Prayer. Yes, that prayer time, morning and evening, works well.
Okay. So
Because of prayer time, it makes all of us come together, either in the
yeah,
morning or in the evening.
that is wonderful. Do you is this like are you married? Do you have like your own family?
Yes, I am. Yes, I'm married and I have a family.
You are okay. So
Yes.
how about we try putting in movie night or game night, something fun for the kids?
Mm, the thing is that the schedule is tight. Maybe in the future.
Okay, I
Currently,
do
schedule
hope
is
that
so
we do
tight.
that.
Maybe in the future. Yes, in the future, I'll keep
And
that
it
in
should
mind.
not
I
be
like
for
that
an
again.
hour or 30 minutes.
Sorry,
It's
I like
lovely
to
to
comment. I like to comment there with your
okay.
kind permission, ma'am. Yeah, the issue of staying in the future, the truth is that there's a time the kids will grow out and leave the nest. Whatever we have to do, we have to start it now. No matter how little time we can yes. Don't say in the future because the truth is that you maybe probably you have one child now or maybe two. For you it's a small family. The truth is that the more they come, the greater the responsibility. And you know that in
Exactly.
Nigeria today, we have a whole lot. We have parents trying to meet up with the harsh economic realities. We have the children as they grow older and the academics, the burden, their responsibilities also increase for them. Okay, personally, I have my first son is now in university. He has already more like left the nest, so I only get to see him once in a while when he's back. The second girl, the first girl,
Yeah.
my second child, is now in the boarding school as of September. We are picking her up this week. So I'm already like missing those moments when she was around, we cooked together, we did chores together. I don't even understand. It's like a transition phase. You have phases by phases. So make good use of every opportunity because you notice that as they grow older, they won't even have that time to sit with you like that. You'll be yearning for it.
Yes.
There's a time
So it's from now.
they all leave the home and you will like literally go like, oh, when are you coming for holiday? When are you visiting? You as a parent, you're not the one like calling for them to come because you want to have those memories, those times together. So I think whatever you want to start practicing, start it now. Let it be like a culture that even when they grow up, their kids will even have, let's go to Granny's place tonight. Let's just try. I know it's not easy, especially with Nigeria where we find ourselves that you have to meet up with a whole lot. But I think we should do it now. Don't stay for the future because the truth is that your family grows. My sister, the responsibility will be huge. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. I'll keep that in
Yes.
mind strongly.
Thank
Yes.
you very much. Do we have anyone else saying to Mr. Emmanuel? Mr. Shedrack, you're just joining us not long ago, but you said something. I don't know if you understood what we've been talking about so far. This is joined us. Is there something you want to say? I think Deborah has not said anything too before I move on because I'm about wrapping up. So, no one? Okay, if no one has something to say, just to add, Mrs. Itoro, thank you so much for what you said. You know, a lot
Thank
of
you,
us, when
ma'am.
we went to university, we were excited to leave. We were excited to leave because we don't really have any emotional connection with our parents. Our parents were more or less, at least mine, let me speak for myself. My parents were, growing up with them was like military regime. They tried to sit down, they tried to stand up. And it was more like they were just there to provide us with all our basic needs, the money bags, discipline us, and all. There was no emotional connection. And it affects us even now. I'm closer to, I'll use words because she's late now. I'm closer to my mother-in-law than I am with my mother, the one that birthed me and took care of me. You can imagine that because my mother-in-law was a free-spirited person and all. So it was more or less, I got a friend and my mom, it's now my mom wants to build that friendship because, or maybe she sees, oh, I'm not a daughter, but it's difficult. I find it difficult because we did not build this, and this is what the night is all about. Then it's not like social media was a problem, but then the parenting style was a problem. It was a time when parents were really strict and were never free at any point with children. So, like Miss Victoria said, these things have to be done now. Yes, so schedule might be tight, but like for the movie night, this is something we do for my family. We do it not, I would not say we do it every Saturday, but we do it almost every Saturday. We do it. If maybe our schedule is so tight, we can do the shortest movie we can find. Something children friendly. We just sit together, laugh together, even if it's for 30 minutes. For the games, they don't have to be, it could be Ludo, it could be something that everybody in the house would enjoy. Snakes and ladders is there, very nice option. It's something you can just do with your family. 30 minutes, 1 hour, minutes of shared laughter. So we need to do it now. It's something we all really need to start it now because, like Mrs. Victoria said, these children are growing up fast. And before you know it, they're old enough to leave the house, go to university. And once they're out of there, you don't want a situation whereby you'll be begging your children to come back home. It gets you get the kind of relationship you and your children will get the way you guys will be close. Your children will be looking forward to long holidays with you. they would, even when they don't look forward to it, because of how we brought them up with those connections and love and whatnot. When they begin to have their own families, they know exactly what to do to build connections with their children, even make it better. And I think most of us are struggling because we did not even have that. So we did not model, we did not have anyone to model or any activity to model. Do you understand? We did not have any activity to model that we used to build our own family connection. But I don't know if it's the discipline as a psychologist and all of that that has helped me. And then the feeling of I don't want my children to be like me and my mom. You understand? So that's that. So now, despite the tips we have discussed above, okay, there may be situations where one needs help, where one needs to seek help, needs to seek professional help due to this whole technology thing, because some people are way into it, and some of the symptoms you need to look out for. Number one is withdrawal. When this person, whether adult or teenager, is very withdrawn from people, they are always lost in their phone. Like this withdrawal is so strong that they don't speak people. You need to look out for that. This symptom comes with other ones like depression or anxiety. Some of them, once it gets to where people are, they become really anxious, like really anxious and withdrawn. But on social media, they are fine, but they cannot be around crowd. Number 3 is sleep issues. They are not sleeping. Insomnia has indebted from some of all this technology, especially for teenagers that use their phone without control. One thing I think I'm thinking, my husband and I will discuss it when our kids are old enough to use phone. There's one thing I would also love to do. I mentioned it there 1 hour rule before bedtime, 1 hour before bedtime, no more phone. I want to do something where 1 hour before their bedtime, no more phones. They all put their phones in a particular place and they go to bed. So there's no phone for them to, because most of us, our parents will send us into the room to sleep. They will think we are sleeping, but we are scrolling. Issues can come from that. Sleep issues and what can come from that. Number 4, when family conflicts are escalating, you are not able to resolve your differences. You talk to person and phone in the press, like so many issues, but whenever you try to sit down to address it, it's always escalating. It simply means that that family needs to help because connection is lost and you're struggling to get it back. So when you keep trying and trying and trying, you try maybe seeking people's advice and whatnot, and it's not helping, please seek professional help. And the 5th one is technology addiction symptoms. Look out for addiction symptoms as regards to technology. They were tough for it, just be depressed, we need to wonder, there are so many symptoms you can browse that are technology addiction symptoms to know that someone is addicted to technology. To wrap it up, right? When I say seek professional help in our country, Nigeria, especially amongst our men, therapy is seen as something for the youth. Therapy is seen as you are a failure. I don't think women struggle much with seeking help or therapy for your used to be things that we talk normally. But if as a man you want or you think you need help or you need to seek help, please do that. No one has to know that you are doing therapy. Seeking professional help, going for therapy as a man is like, I don't want to compare it to your discussions with God, but that's what it is supposed to be like. No other ears is supposed to know that you're going to therapy. No other ears is supposed to know what you have discussed with your therapist. So please, therapy is not failure. It is like maintenance. It's like servicing your car. You can service your car, you can service your generator. Why can't you service your mind, your emotional state when you think that it is a train wreck, it is important? Technology is powerful, but intentional families are more powerful. Let our homes be a place where technology and devices are just tools to make our lives better. Emotions are welcome, and people feel seen, people feel valued. Connection beats distraction. And let's not forget, healthy families are not perfect. What we are trying to do here is to create healthy families. We're not trying to create perfect families because healthy families still have their troubles, but they do and they sort out their troubles in healthy manners. Healthy families are present, they are not perfect families. So I want to urge us all tonight. Let's keep building emotionally healthy families, even in this digital era. Let's keep building that. Let's keep encouraging connections. Let's keep encouraging our children to pursue certain hobbies as long as it doesn't cost them any harm if they can afford it. And even when we cannot, we have proper ways to convey these messages to your children. Pursuing hobbies do not mean that they entirely have to skip formal education or whatnot. They can always create a balance. Thank you all very much for spending this past hour with me and Mrs. Ito and host here. Thank you very much. I really appreciate your presence and your contribution.
Wow, awesome tonight. Please can we drop our applause, our claps, our accolades for our teacher, our speaker tonight. Please, you know how we do it in the comment section. Just appreciate her, blow all the kisses, show her all the love. She has really, really taken us well tonight. Thank you so much, Mrs. Baxter Waribo. Thank you so much. You poured out yourself tonight, and sincerely, I learned so much. Talking about that withdrawal syndrome, growing up, my immediate senior, I noticed we all had our rooms. So we noticed that when he comes home, he does go to his room, doesn't want to talk to anybody. Sometimes we go around him, he's a little bit aggressive, just withdrawn. But once he steps out with his friends, he feels very good and all that. And we didn't know that these were all signs of someone who was already delving into drugs. So these things are things we need to look out for, from experience from growing up. Once the child begins to withdraw, there's something bothering that child. And sometimes they become suicidal. That's the truth. But as a parent, as an intentional parent, if you have your eyes down, you'll be able to see those signs. Sometimes we ignore those signs, sometimes we just wave aside, and that shouldn't be the case. So I want to encourage us tonight. Our speaker has said a whole lot. In fact, my notes is filled up tonight. It's filled up tonight. I mean, and these are things that I believe that if we put them to action, not just hearing them, God, it will definitely help us to become more deliberate and
Thank you
intentional
very
in
much.
raising our kids. And then if we are already married, how we relate with others, our siblings, is very important. So thank you once again, Ma. Thank you so much for putting out so much value tonight. I don't know if you have
Thank you very much.
questions.
And so what you said here, I would love to. Yes, if there are questions, please feel free to ask. But I would also want to add the reason why this topic is really important is if you're able to control
Hmm.
the technology usage, train your children and even yourself how to properly use technology, it doesn't become an escape because I've come to observe that because there's a lack of connection in most families, most children, when these issues come up, they escape into their phones rather than speak about it. That is why this is important. They need to create bonds, connection. There should be somebody in the family that a child can really talk to in the immediate family, whether mom or dad. There should be someone that, if fact, both parents, the child should be able to speak to either one of you that, oh, this is what is going on with me in school, this is what is going on with me at home, and not feel like their feelings will be shut out, down, and whatnot. And then if they sense that or they observe that, automatically, well, the child already has a phone, they will be going to their phone. So please, if there are any questions, please let's ask. Feel free to ask. I'm open to answering questions.
You have the floor open, just unmute yourself and ask your questions tonight. Get clarity. Like we always encourage us, Safe Haven Positivity Initiative is a safe haven indeed, a place where you can express yourself without prejudice, without bias, and feel free to just air out your mind. If there's something you're worried about, maybe you've noticed, and you need somebody to talk to, please. The floor is open. Ask questions. We're all here to learn from each other. So you just unmute yourself and feel free to ask a question. We have 35 minutes to wrap up this session. Floor, okay.
Okay, I don't have question. No, it's an exciting adventure right here, and listening to what you've said, I mean, so many things begin to play in the mind. You know how we lived growing up, knowing that the parent aspect is a distant aspect. You know, in those days, it's hard to reach our parents, even though they are our parents. It was really hard to reach them, and
Well,
you know, gradually we tend to um, because as we grow up, we tell ourselves that, oh, I don't want my kids to not be able to reach me. I mean, if you've experienced that kind of life, you tell yourself that you want to be there for your kids. You want your kids to be able to reach out to you and all of that. So it's really amazing that hearing what you said today actually, how will I put the word, validates the thoughts that yes, we have to be present, we have to be intentional, we have to, you know, create that avenue for our kids to be able to come to us when they need it. Like I said, growing up, to reach the parents is like from here to Abuja. The distance is far. But for one, I make
You need
sure that
connection.
yes,
You
so
need connection to do that.
I'm telling you, even Bluetooth will not even work. So, but I tend to make
it's all
sure
right,
I am
too.
available because now I don't have kids. So I make sure I'm available for my younger ones. Okay. I give them the
Yeah.
opportunity to be able to talk to me when they have, you know, and I'm excited because aside from the four younger ones I have, at least I know one is always warming up. Whenever he's having those emotions, he runs to my DM as fast as he could, you know, and it gives me the joy
Yeah.
that I'm available for this person. Okay. So in doing this, I know that
Yeah.
if I have kids, of course, I'll be open to to my kids and all of that. So it's actually amazing getting to hear all of this. Thank you so much, Mrs. Besta. I really appreciate
Yeah.
you for your teachings today. I've really learned a lot. And let me tell you one thing I learned.
So much,
When you
so
said
much.
eating food can help stop anger. Aya! Do you know? This is a
When
new
you
thing I
carry
learned
my
today. And
sister,
tell
food is
me,
therapy.
I will go and implement this thing. I will have to get somebody angry and give the person food.
Eat first. You might just be angry because you are hungry. There's a saying, an hungry man is an angry man. There's
As
a
Right.
in,
reason for
I
it. If you're hungry, you're very irritable. If somebody is hungry, you say to you, you're going to dress and you go chop first. If you're still angry, then we know you're really angry.
this is
You
really
know, with the,
amazing.
with the peculiarity of the harsh economic reality in Nigeria, it's actually very, very, very true because hunger deal, hunger
Hunger
deal.
day,
So you
everybody's
have,
angry.
even when you're stepping out of your house, out of your home, you have to be careful the way you walk. You don't just step on anybody's toes because the next thing you may collect.
Exactly.
Whatever.
You can collect
Uh,
for here too.
you collect so. So
It's
do we have any
amazing.
more
It's amazing.
participants? The attendance
Uh,
list is the link is on, please. Do well to fill for those that are here with us present tonight. Please
it's
let's
all
fill the
right. See,
attendance.
for those that missed this session, this is being streamed live even on YouTube. This is being streamed live. So for those
Okay.
that were not here, can actually go to our YouTube page to watch if they
Oh,
Wow,
that's
to
lovely.
rewatch the
that's
live.
awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome. I think our CEO deserves a round of applause. She's done noble, ma. Yeah, it can only
So
get better.
yes, it can, and then we'll keep working on all of this and make sure that, in fact, next year our life should not be like this. Our attendance in our trainings should be more than this. We should not be going backward
Better.
or forward. Yeah, and
To actually achieve that, I made mention of maybe you have to open the webinar to people outside. I don't
yes.
know,
Yeah,
our
I was
volunteers.
really thinking that was what we're going to do today, but
No,
You know,
we wanted an opportunity for the volunteers to be able to learn, but it's obvious that most of them are not grabbing the opportunity we're giving them. So from next year, we'll be open our events or our trainings for everybody, even
so
our
many people
volunteers or
out
not.
there. Yeah,
Yes,
they'll be so
because I
excited
know
to work
that,
on the code.
yeah, there are so many persons out there that want to gain this knowledge, that want to benefit from all of these things. So of course, we're putting it out there for them too. And since this is our last training for 2025, oh, we need to give ourselves a round of applause. So, and we have tried. It's not easy, mm, to
Try
make ourselves
though.
available every month. This is like what Mrs. Bester said. This is like a family. And when you come together in a
mm,
family, it creates that bond. It brings about the bonding.
it
Okay.
creates exactly. Yeah, it
Yes.
helps bonding.
And
It helps us to work better in the future.
yes. And this is what we have been doing. I mean, it's beautiful. It's beautiful how you get your aha moments because you know that these things are there and it's things that you've been doing, but you just need that more clarification to get um the right the right name or the right fitting to it. So it's really amazing.
Yeah.
And of course, we'll be doing
Mm,
better. We'll be doing more of this. We'll open it to the public as long as 2026 is concerned. Our weekly webinar will be something people will be sorting after for. They'll be like, oh,
Mm,
I'll be available on
mm,
that day. I'll be available. We want to be having numbers on our lives. So it's really,
mm.
really amazing. And of course, as it is, we'll be having more beautiful, more talented, more, you know, fire burning speakers like we have today. That's what we do now,
Yeah,
eh? We bring in people that are hot, hot.
hot, hot. Oh.
Hello,
As they hot.
hello, house.
Mazi, Mazi, no,
hello,
Hello.
who is speaking to us? Mazzy, finally.
Uh,
Mazi.
Ah, you abandoned us, Mazzy. We've been begging you to talk.
uh,
Begging you
I
to
am
talk.
very sorry. I am very, very sorry. I did not plan to abandon anyone, and I've been listening. In fact, I've missed like two sessions like that in the past. Like I did not plan for it, but I've been quite busy. I had a lot on my plate, and life through some certain difficult situation at my family. As I even speak right now, I'm just listening. Though I'm inside the hospital right now, my mom has. We've been moving my mom around for a while now. So when I've been with her, I've been the one stay myself and my younger brother. We've been the one staying with my mom at the hospital, and so for a while now, I've really been busy moving around, and it's not been easy for me. Even my work, I had to, suspend work activity for over a, over a month now. Like that's the severity of the matter at hand. So today being the last
Sorry to
meeting for
hear
the
that.
year, I just had to try to at least okay, even if let me just be listening, even while I'm doing other things. I'm even moving around now because tomorrow she might be for another operation tomorrow. So it is because government hospital have been on strike for a while now, so it's also affected us. So since they called it off now, we because one of the we don't have ICU around, so that's why. So since they called it off, we might be having access to ICU maybe tomorrow or thereabout. So I'm very sorry to everyone. I've missed all of you, and I wish I can come back the hands of time, but I cannot. So I've been listening for a while now. God bless all of you, and you're all doing great. And I paid attention to some of them, like though I was busy, but it's been wonderful hearing from you guys.
Hmm. Thank you, Maggie.
So go.
Good to have you.
Okay, go.
Sorry
Thank you,
about
ma. Thank
your
you.
wish her quick
Okay.
recovery.
Amen. 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 Thank you all. Okay. Thank you. All right.
Thank, thank you, Mazi. Thank you. We're so sorry
Yeah.
that you've been going through a lot of what you're going through. So sorry about your mom. We'll pray for
Yeah.
speedy
Thank you.
recovery and everything will come out smoothly.
Amen. 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 Thank you very much, ma. God bless all of you.
You're
Bless you
welcome.
too.
Matthew, thank you for still coming up here to, explain the the situation of things. Please let's do well to try and check on each other every now and then. It's really important too. While we build this connection, let's check on ourselves.
Hmm. I don't want to believe that we don't have any questions in the house tonight or further contribution because I know this particular topic affects each and every one of us, and I know that we all have something to say. And we really like to hear from our volunteers tonight to say something because we are all using phones, we are all using gadgets, and we have families, nuclear extended, we have friends, and we know how these things affect us. So let's have the floor is open. Please, we want to hear from you. You know we love hearing from you. So we know that you're with us. Please feel free to express yourself.
Deborah has not said
Okay,
I bet you I've not been on the call. The network has been dealing with me. So I actually stopped at when you were asking questions about games nights. To be honest, I overheard you saying something about Maxi. I don't know what that is, but sorry for that. I really did not hear anything. I've been struggling. Oh God. Well, I'm here.
this network, we need to cane this
It's
network.
frustrating me. Like it has really frustrated me. I had to switch networks, and it's even worse. I just managed to get.
Sorry
Okay,
about
now that
that.
you're back now, would move forward with it. So sorry about the network. Okay, because this network, because of this network, I'm outside here. Like 1,000 mosquitoes. Very soon you see I'll be on top of the air. They'll be they'll be wondering, but they don't know that there's mosquitoes under that is doing the lifting up. But it's all right. We did it. We Mrs. Besta taught us a lot. We learned a lot. Okay, like
Yes.
where you said you got it was amazing. So now we're asking questions. Though I've not asked, I only did the contribution of my own end. And even at that, I
Oh
know
God.
that
Yeah.
in terms of digital use, there is a way I view my field. I don't know. Maybe unintentionally, I trained myself into doing that. I literally don't spend time on Facebook, Instagram, and all of that. I only spend time there if I'm sourcing for ideas. So while I'm sourcing for ideas, I only watch content that I know I will benefit from, or that I know that will give me the ideas I want, because I create content too. So while I want to create content, probably I say, okay, I want to create content today. I'll start. Instagram is my best feed. Okay, Facebook, I just normally just go there, like if I want to post, I post and I get out from Facebook. But Instagram, I can actually scroll for a while and then see that what I'm watching is giving me the idea I want to create my content. Okay, so I intentionally, subconsciously, I don't know, I didn't train myself, I just found myself doing that on social media. That I only go there when I want to get idea or when I want to, be creative, just to see what other people are doing so that I can copy people things. So that I can copy what they're doing, like get 2, 3. My copy is not like I copy directly. No, my copy is like I get idea from 2, 3, 4 individuals. I mix this 1, 2, 3, 4 things I got from this 4 accounts and make it one, and that becomes my original. That is how you copy. If you go to school, I see those people that copy in school, you know.
Some even copy the
that
person's name they're copying from. They forget their own names. Haba.
If you see original copiers like us, you will not catch us. You don't know that we are copying because we don't copy from one person. We get 2, 3 ideas and put it together and make it one. That is how we do. So that is how I scroll on social media, un-
Hmm.
unintentionally. Okay, but sometimes I ask myself, but you say, just be scrolling people things and be liking people things now. Then I go there. It's once in a while. It rarely happens for me to just mindlessly scroll on social media. Okay, I mean it takes some training for some of us that can just want to laugh and be on social media. And sometimes when you're mindlessly scrolling, you don't even know when 2 hours, 3 hours is gone, and you keep scrolling and then you get tired from scrolling. That happens a lot. I mean, you didn't do anything. Oh. All you did was just to scroll. But then you find yourself getting tired from doing that. It feel like, oh, you've done one very big task. But meanwhile, you didn't even leave that bed that you are and just scrolling. So I've actually learned how to do that unintentional, like I always say, unintentional. And it has really helped me to really understand that using digital can be beneficial in that aspect. Okay. And then I tend to not get news like all those negative news and negative feedback, maybe because of how I have, over the years, I have scheduled or I've arranged my social media. And you know how the algorithm works? It works in a way that whatever you are viewing the most is what they show you the most. That's how the algorithm works. So if I'm watching a motivation video, I watch two, I watch three, I watch four. The next fifth one, I don't even have to look for it. The algorithm will start giving me similar kind of videos. So if you go to my social media now, that's what I see. The similar kind of videos that I've been looking for, the ones that gives me the ideas, the motivation, and it just happened naturally. And for me now to change that feed, which means I'll have to start looking for something else again, like what I did today on my social media. I I googled normally to give me my usual feed, but because I checked exportation from Nigeria, if you go to my Facebook now, my feed is filled with exportation of Nigeria. Nigeria exporters. That is what is filling my feed now because I went to search for it. So in using the social media, you have to plan what you look for. You have to adjust how if you want the motivation, the good part, or what you're interested in, you can actually put it that way. And that goes for how we can also monitor our kids. For our kids that are using social media, I believe there are kids' accounts. Google make sure you can open a Google account where you, as the guardian, can monitor, which we can do that too for our kids, so that we can, yes, so that we can manage what they watch or what they view on social media. And while we're also doing that, we try to also do the physical connection, because there's nothing that beats the physical connection to me. Like I said, I always love spending time with family, my siblings. If we're around, we can gist there. I will even forget that my phone is even here. We'll gist and laugh. You won't even know when time has gone. But the moment the gisting stop, you see that everybody start pressing phone. You see, those are the connections that we have to create with our kids, with our family, our siblings. I mean, this life is beautiful, so we should make use of the time we have with our families. I think that's it from my side for tonight. Okay. So, Deborah, do you have anything to add, anything to say to Mrs. Bester? I mean, she did an amazing job today. She did an amazing job. I'm really impressed. Maybe you should be our official speaker. Be our official speaker for our everyday series. I think Mrs. Itoro's network has thrown her off. Okay, in light to no question, do we have question? Deborah, do you want to add something or ask questions?
I actually stopped where I shouldn't have stopped, but that is where the vehicle made me come down. What was I even going to say? So, based on that part of our question, like where I stopped, actually the games night stuff and all that, I think that works. Growing up, I think I was exposed to game night. I say game night storytelling. As I've grown now, being by myself, I do more of watching movies. Sometimes too, I take social media breaks. I could just decide to go off social media for some days or maybe a couple of hours. So she did a nice job. Everything she said made sense. I don't have kids, so I don't know the part of kids and all that. But growing up, I know one or two of these things were applicable, and it helped shaping my own usage of social media and how I see it. Yeah. What else? Based from what Miss Blessing was saying, well, just like you said, so when you're using social media, some apps actually give you opportunity to say, okay, you're no longer interested. In the end, from the little I know, it's possible for us to use social media to our advantage, and it's possible for us to regulate what our kids are exposed to, because it goes a long way to tell on their mental well-being. Just like she said, she mentioned something about children watching what people see online and trying to compare their lives to the highlights and posts they see online. Parents play vital role by helping to demystify these things, yeah, and also by being present, you understand, and stop being how did she put it, parents who are present but not available. So they should stop being just present, but they should be both present and available. So she said a number of things. I think I jotted a couple of things before the network threw me off, and it's a nice one. Well done. I would like to hear more of this. Thank you.
It's all right. Thank you for your contribution. Mrs. Bester, do you have anything to add before we?
Kind word. No, I thank you all for your kind words. It's really important. I think if there's something I want to add is that a lot of us do not grow up with these kinds of connections. Which I think Blessing really related well with my story of not really being close to your parents or not being able to access them at least emotionally and all of that. And a lot of us are parents, or when we become parents, it's our dream and goals not to do that to our kids. We want them to have access to us. Now, I've seen a lot of parents in a bid to do that. I don't know what's the word to use. Maybe over pamper or something because they want the children to be very free and love them too much. That's the topic for now. What I'm trying to say is we can create a balance between discipline and also creating connection. Not because you want to create connection with your children, you want them to be close to you, want them to see you as someone they can confide in a friend. You forget the discipline aspect of what being a parent looks like. Discipline does not necessarily mean you have to hit your children hard or things like that. There are so many forms of discipline, but that's a topic for another day. I just want to bring to our consciousness that you can do both. You just need to create the balance. You can have well-disciplined children and children that can stay well to you when they are issues. That aside, thank you also for spending the evening with me. Thank you for your kind work. I really appreciate it.
It's all right. Thank you so much. It was an amazing evening. Oh, okay. Since we'll be calling it a night, because this night was actually an amazing one. I enjoyed every bit of it. I learned something new. and it's really amazing to share this moment with us as family. And I really appreciate you taking out the time to teach us today. Trust me, anybody watching this clip again would understand and would know what they've missed if they're not here. So they won't miss it once they watch the clip anymore. So thank you so much. For our end of the year event, I'm supposed to make this announcement here. For our end of the year event, it will be happening on the 12th. And we created a group, a state group, and we didn't get people engaged in that group. The only engaged group we have is in Bayelsa State, where we have more members in Bayelsa State, probably because I am here right now. But for the other groups, we wanted this end of the year party to be in the states that we are. Where we can do picnic, we can do any activities, games, and all of that, just to celebrate us for this year. So if you're in any state and you guys are more than one, you're 2, 3, or 4, that picnic can still hold in that state. We just have to indicate if we all are interested. We just have to indicate and say, oh, we are interested in this state, or we are like 4 or 3, because the key is we want everyone to benefit from what we've learned. We want everyone to um, enjoy the moment, enjoy the season as family. So our date for that picnic is 14th of December. So if you're here today, you can put it on the group, or you have friends that is in the same state with you that is under SHPI, so that we can plan forward. We can make sure that day we do it simultaneously, because here in Bayelsa, I'll be having that event on the 14th, which is the next 2 Sunday from now.
Sorry, man. Sorry, man. Sorry for intruding. I don't know. I'm not in any state group. Like, for instance, I'm supposed to be in a those state group, but I don't belong to anyone. Because I think when the information was passed, I was looking for which group was created for Edo, and I can't find anyone. So I don't know if you can help me out. Thank you.
Okay. We made mention that if the states that you are in is not there, you can create one. But now that you said Edo, we can create for Edo State and see that people join in Edo, people from Edo can join in, so that we can have our end of the year party and make it a fun-filled one. I mean, we've tried enough for this year. Why not enjoy the moment, enjoy the season? Okay, so I would find a way to create that for you. So you can also add your friends that you know that is in Edo, and every one of us can both enjoy together. Okay, yes, Mrs. Besta, the link will be shared.
Okay,
I'll
thank you
share
for
the
that.
link.
Thank you.
All right, Mazi.
All right.
I'll
Thank you
share
very
the
much.
link. I'll share the link to you. I'll share the YouTube
Uh,
link to you. I'll also share it on the platform, so others that were not here can also watch on it.
okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
okay, and during the week before our program, we'll also okay. These Zoom people, they want to send me out to. They're saying that we should go and rest for the day that we've tried. Would also be rewarding those people that have been constant, those people that have been here with us from the very first day till the last day. And Mrs. Utoro is one of those people. So we'll go through our attendance sheet and see how many of us have been active, and then we'll reward every one of us that has been active. So for tonight, I want to say thank you all for joining. Thank you, Mrs. Besta. Thank you, Chinwe. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you, Mrs. Itoro, and every other persons that joined in. Thank you so much, and have a lovely night rest. Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.
Good night. Bye. Thank you.
Good night. Yeah, bye.
sorry.
It's not.